Hey everyone, Jessica Kubasi here. This is actually a continuation of my creating grain tutorial. So if you want to find out how I added this grain to the image, please click the link and you will be directed to that tutorial because this is also the starting point to the digital film tutorial that I'm showing you guys right now. So we're just going to be taking this image and creating a more vintage digital film type of look. And the first thing that I'm going to do is a lot of the digital film images have, the brighter colors and yellows and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go to gradients. And I already have my gradient from a color to transparent, so you probably should have these by default. If you do not, you can easily create them by selecting one of these and changing the colors. I'm going to be selecting a yellow color. And I'm going to keep it linear, keep it exactly the default, and just press OK. I'm going to go from normal to, let's check how hard light looks pretty cool. You could do hard light or overlay. I think overlay looks pretty cool. I'm trying to get like that worn out film type of look. Second thing that I'm going to do is go back to that same gradient, and then I'm going to go and select a black to transparent gradient. And I'm going to press OK. And this time I'm going to change the scale so that it's more condensed. So I'm going to actually just drag this down, and a lot of the the film has like that black line, so I wanted to kind of emulate that. So I'm going to go to overlay, or actually, you know what, I'm going to do hard light, perfect. And I might change this. I want to make sure that's, well, actually that doesn't look too bad. Maybe multiply. Maybe I'm just going to lower it down a little. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it at multiply, and I can always change this if I want, but I just wanted to kind of do, how they have it. With the film, it's like all messed up and everything. And what I'm going to do is simply duplicate the gradient fill layer, so Command J. Again, I'm simply duplicating it. I'm double clicking on this, and I'm just switching it around. I'm changing the angle just so it's up, and then I'm dragging upwards just to create that same look up on the top. And there's that. You don't really have to change anything. Let me see how it looks. Overlay. I guess it doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'm going to keep that one on overlay. The next thing that I want to do is make a new raster layer and add some areas of overexposed color. So I'm going to keep it white. Just use a simple paintbrush and then a default round brush. And I'm going to go from normal to overlay. And I'm just creating some overexposed, like when you just really don't know how to take pictures and everything comes out overexposed. Yeah, like when you have like your mom take the picture and she doesn't even care. She's just like, oh, stop asking me. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going for here. I love my mom. Shout out to my mom. She's never gonna watch this. But. Okay, so again, I was just stamping a bunch of, brushes, and that's how it comes out. Also add some more colors. I actually want to add one more gradient fill just because, why not, right? I just duplicated that, Command J again. I'm double clicking, and I'm just going to change the color. And you can really pick any color you want. I love pink. I try to add pink to everything. It's kind of, I guess it's not the worst thing that I could do. And I'm just adding that to the top. I'm going to see it with and without it. So that's how it looks so far. I think it's pretty good. Let's see a before and after so far. And the last thing that I want to do is give it a little bit more of that vintage feel. So I'm sorry, I went to curves. Sometimes I forget I'm doing a tutorial. I just went to curves, so layer, new adjustment layer, and then curves. And now I'm on the RGB layer, and I'm gonna just play with this a tiny bit. Looking pretty cool. I don't know, actually, I tried to get my film camera developed and, you know, to no avail, because no one does film anymore, really, unless you want to send it out to, you know, across the world. So this is kind of what I imagine. Well, I mean, I have seen film. Film was really nice. So maybe like something really light. It's really your personal preference for this one. I'm just going to lower the opacity a little. Maybe add a solid color layer. And I just picked any light color and I'm switching it over to color just to kind of see how it would look. You don't have to do this. I'll probably delete all these layers after. Be like, oh, I don't like this. So actually, I think that's not bad actually. So this is what I came up with. One last thing that you could do, you could duplicate the actual image. So Command J again, and then go to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur. And just kind of, you could choose however crazy you want it. And then after you've applied the blur, click on this little mask button right here, so you're creating a mask. And again, taking your brush tool with any default brush, making sure that it's a black color, go over the image and any areas that you do not want to be blurred. And my opacity is at 66, so it's not completely at 100%. It's not completely removing all the blur. But that's how I feel like if it were really you know, a film image, then it would kind of have a little bit of blur to it. And if you want to erase on these masks, then you're going to want to use the opposite color, which is white. And I have a whole tutorial on masks, so you should check that out if you want to learn more about them. And you just have fun. Sometimes I like do the opposite color and I'm really not doing anything and I'm like, oops, like, you know, like not adding blur. There we go. So that really did make a huge difference, and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see that. So it's just that soft color. If you did want to, you know, desaturate the entire image, just go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and Hue Saturation, and just slide that down a little bit. If you did want to do a little bit more, you know, desaturated colors. But for this tutorial, I want it a little bit more vibrant, which is why I'm not desaturating anything. And this is the final look. You could add or subtract any other layers that you want, but you know, this is just my personal preference. And I'll show you guys before and after for the entire image. This is before. This is after. And there it is. There's the difference. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial. Let me know, guys. Let me know if you have any suggestions or questions. Thank you guys so much for watching.